Hi, I'm Michael Nadalin from Market Lead, and today's video is similar to yesterday's, which is about how much budget do I need? So this is another question that people ask me, and it's usually based on when they're starting an account or they've been running an account for a while. They ask, how much budget do I need? And the simple answer is you need to know what your outcome is first. So if your outcome's a certain amount of revenue, you need to know that. If your outcome's a certain amount of leads, you need to know that. And the reason why you need to know that is because then you can start reverse engineering what the budget will be based on conversion rate and based on the cost per click or the average cost per click for your industry. So for a lot of clients, when I run them in lead generation, if they wanted 100 leads, for example, I realistically operate with a 5 to a 10% conversion rate. I assume that that's what the conversion rate will be for a landing page. Now, people online will tell you you'll get a higher conversion rate than that, but it's unrealistic. And the reason why I say it's unrealistic is because if you set and do all your benchmarking based on a high conversion rate, when reality hits and you're not hitting that, then everything hits the fan. So the goal is just to have a more realistic goal, a more conservative goal. And when you do have that, it's much easier to have the flexibility to one, over deliver and get a better result. But two, when it's not going as well, you can actually have the conversation and then no expectations have been let down. So if you have got a 5% conversion rate, figure out what the CPC is. So let's just say for a campaign, it's $5. So it's a $5 cost per click and a 5% conversion rate. Now you've got to figure out what the ratio to 100% to 5% is, which is 20x. So if it's $5, you've got to get 20 clicks to get a conversion, which will be $100 cost per lead. If it's $5 and there's a 10% conversion rate, you only need to get 10 clicks, which means you'll get a $50 cost per lead. So the goal is first to figure out what the average benchmark is for high intent keywords as well. That's the other thing people won't tell about. They'll always talk about the lower end of keyword costs and there won't be the high intent keywords. You really want to be focusing on the 5, 10 or 20 really high intent, maybe even expensive keywords, because realistically, if you get the clicks to that and they go to the right page, you will get the conversion. So then you want to figure out if it's a 5 or a 10% conversion rate, operate there, figure out what the high end of the cost per click is. And from there, you just do, if it's 5%, cost per click high end times 20, or if it's 10%, high end cost per click times 10. And that's where you start. The numbers might look high, but it's better to go with reality rather than just like random imagination. So if you figured out the cost per lead there and the amount of conversions you need at the end of the month, you just do the multiplication or the division of moving back there.
Now, you know what time it is. I'll keep this short. Like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with the latest and greatest Google Ads and paid ad news. And lastly, it's your time to be number one. So Market Lead is now taking on new clients. So if you're serious about increasing sales, increasing customers, and more importantly, scaling your business, book in a strategy session with someone in my team and you'll get a free action plan. Just go to marketlead.com.au, go to the strategy session link, and then book it in there. So remember, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll keep this short. Enjoy.
Now that's just for lead generation. On e-commerce, very similar. Look, my opinion on e-commerce is I actually think it's actually easier than lead generation. I've built like my whole career and my business off lead generation, but I just think with the conversion rates being quite solid and consistent, maybe around 0.5 to 2%, a lot of people say they've got a higher. Once again, don't believe them. That's outlying data. But the reason why I think it's easier is because the cost per click on shopping campaigns is so much cheaper. It can significantly be like cheaper. You could be paying 50, 20, 10 cents a click, whilst on a bare minimum on an average campaign for an average product on a lead generation campaign, you could be paying 4, 10, 20. I've got clients paying $75 a click. I know people paying way more, but this is just based on my experience at the moment. So with e-commerce, once again, you've got to know what your return on ad spend goal is, or even just your revenue goal, and then you can reverse engineer it from there. So let's just say you've got a basic goal of $50,000 a month and your return on ad spend is 200%. Realistically, you need 25K. If it's a 5X return, you need 10K to get 50K back. So it's just doing basic maths to actually know what's the outcome I want to achieve first, and then base your budget on that. Not based on, is it achievable? Can we actually spend it? Just do it based on what's the goal, because Google Ads does work. It consistently works. I wouldn't say it always works, but it always nearly works for me. And the reason why I say do this and invest more at the start is because in the long run, you will be running Google Ads as part of your marketing strategy. All big and good brands do. So you might as well take the short-term hit of investing in ad spend and management to actually get a good result and actually learnings early on. So This was a bit longer than I thought it'd be. I thought I'd just give a quick little answer, but there's kind of two ways I go about it. Is the lead gen and the e-commerce way. I kept it pretty short in my books. I like talking a lot, so I'll leave it there. But remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy.